Hey chaps, welcome to episode 33 of Nemcast, and today BT and I are going to be going over the details for Kingdom Clash 2, which is our next event next year. So let's get straight into it. There's no ad break because this is basically just a giant ad for Clash 2, for lack of a better term. So what we're going to be going over in this particular episode with Clash, we're going to be going over the purpose of Clash. What is it? What our aims are and what we want to achieve with Clash itself, and the game plan for both Saturday and Sunday. So let's start off with the purpose of Clash 2. Do you want to start? Do you have an idea of what we have in mind? I mean, for me, I've always wanted, following on from Clash 1, the purpose of Clash 1 was to help as many businesses as we could in this current climate, which isn't improving, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So we're trying to help as many people as possible, both businesses and players, network, help small companies, just get out there, spread the word, etc. And also just have a good time. I'm sick of going to events where it's either a massive piss up and shit gameplay, looking at you, Naf. Something like Shifty Rift, which it stands on its own ground. Second-hand sales.
It's just sales with a bit of gameplay.
Yeah, sales and a bit of gameplay. And don't get me wrong, there's loads of events like that out there, but there's none that are explicitly about trying to help as many people as possible whilst having a good time. And that is still the sort of the mission plan, if you like, for Clash. Because that's the one thing is my driver for it. If I wasn't trying to help anyone, I'd lose interest. So that is still the key thing for me. The next question is, what are the aims moving forward? So one thing we're looking at doing is we're getting Keith involved.
Yes.
Now he's going to be running like a mental health awareness thing, because I'll put the name of what he used to run because it always escapes me. But he used to have his own events, and it was like a men's mental health thing generally. I don't think it was just men, but generally speaking, it's a male-dominated sport. And they used to have like a mental health thing going on there. They're going to have a stand. We've got loads of companies that I've already earmarked. I'm going to chase them up before Christmas, get them booked on. And I want all the small companies, if you've got your own small company, if it's something simple like 3D printing, or if it's an airsoft sale company, whatever it might be. For instance, Waldo's going to be there from Waldo Dynamics. You've got Raresoft. There's a whole range of people we're hoping to get there. A bit like the first year.
Yeah.
But more.
Just on a bigger scale.
Yeah, bigger, better, etc.
I think we always knew that the first year was going to be smaller. And then we always had the plan in mind that it would keep on evolving, keep on growing, and hopefully this year is going to be double the size of last year, and then going on, who knows where it's going to go.
I mean, you did most of the planning for Clash 1, and it was a stressful event to get set up.
Made meal.
Yeah, but the bones of the event are there now. The planning, the structure is sort of done. So,
yeah, it's going to be a case of basically, not copy and paste, but copy what we've done before and then add an bit where we knew we went wrong before. We
could see the glaring problems we had first time.
Yeah.
One was not enough just dedicated staff, which is something we're doing. We're getting dedicated staff in, and then you and I are going to actually go and play.
Yeah.
Because it's something Keith mentioned to me is you only really appreciate your own event when you're playing it, because then you can start to pick your own little flaws and think what you could improve the following year. So that's something we want to be doing. Now, this will lead us on nicely to what the game plan is.
Okay.
Do you want to start off?
Yeah.
So Friday night?
Friday night, just arrivals, get your sort of tent set up and all that jazz, get some food, get some drinks in you. And then really we're going to roll straight into Saturday, aren't we then? Saturday morning.
Yeah, just so you know as well, we've got the Bentley Brook Brewery coming with their beer van again. That was a massive hit first time, so they've already been earmarked. They'll be arriving again, so you can actually get a pint, which is important for me as a tech and alcoholic. So we've got the Friday night, obviously, like you said, people are going to roll up, get tents set up, bit of a social, good chill out, and then the Saturday.
So you get Saturday, obviously we'll go through the usual site stuff, chrono in, safety briefs, all that jazz. But then from the actual events side of things, gameplay side of things, we're going to start with a sort of a warm-up game. I don't really want to call it a pushback game, just because of the negative connotations around that. But it will be a warm-up game with a few attack and defend sort of scenarios in there, and a couple of side objectives. That get everyone warmed up, then break for lunch, and then from lunch we're going to go into what we're calling the Thunder Games.
Yeah.
So do you want to go more into that?
Yeah, so this is something that occurred to me the other day, and a few other lads had some suggestions, because we had the first year we had the shooting comp ran by the Tropic Thunder boys, and it really was the highlight of the weekend, especially for me, and everyone who took part in the shooting comp had a wonderful time.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And it sort of made me realise that we could do something quite special with this event to make it different. Because, like, as I mentioned earlier, most other events are airsoft for the whole weekend, and if you've got the opportunity you can get a few beers down you, and it's either the airsoft's mediocre or you go to see your mates and that's it, and there's nothing really differentiating all these different events. They're all much copy-paste, just different sites, which is fine, but I think we have an opportunity to do something quite cool and different. And I think it was Saxon mentioned it, we could do something called the Thunder Games, which is what we're going to do on the Saturday afternoon. So rather than having 2 full days of solid gameplay at a site like Optac, which knackers you out,
100%. Yeah.
we all know it, just especially if you're not hydrated enough. Every episode we've done where we mention Optac, we try and drill in, you need plenty of protein, food, snacks, drinks, loads of water. I don't even take enough sometimes. Like, I always underestimate how much water I'm going to need, that sort of thing, and I end up completely burnt out by the end of the weekend. So on that, what we sort of came to the conclusion of, why don't we try and have an activity afternoon? It's going to sound a bit lame, bear with me. So we're going to go into the Thunder Game. So hard break for lunch after this big sort of, how to describe it, like a pushback game sort of thing. Morning.
Yeah. Warm-up game.
Yeah.
It'll sort of set the tone for the story, and that's something we actually should touch on.
Yeah, we'll get on the setting for the event, the sort of battle sim we're going to be doing starting on the Saturday morning, following on to the Sunday.
Yeah.
But what I think we'll do is we'll drill down on the Saturday afternoon's things that are going to be happening. So straight after a hard break at lunch, after the big game in the morning, we're going to go into a shooting comp where everyone's going to take part, and it's not a shooting comp for fun. There's going to be prizes, like
sort of similar to the prizes from last year's, or like the last clash.
So the first clash's prizes for the shooting comp were there was 2 choices of rifles. So it was I'm going to get this wrong now, an M16. I think it was an A2, was it, with the round handguard? I always get the designations wrong.
A3, I think.
It was a round handguard, long M16, GMP. Had a mil-spec front end, fully upgraded internals, brushless build, helical gears, all the bells and whistles with a year's warranty from me, Nemtac. That was one option as first prize. Second option was an M60 by A&K, Vietnam edition, the long one. So the first prize winner could choose one or the other. The second prize was, I think it was a load of BBs, and some bits from the stalls who turned up, they chucked in for it. And the third prize was, I think it was a free game day at Optac or something like that. Yeah. So we'll probably do something similar for this year's shooting comp, but we're hoping everyone who turns up on the Saturday can get stuck into the shooting comp, because it was such a highlight. I'll chuck some footage up now of some of the highlights of the shooting comp, so you can get an idea of what the first year was like. Now, what we're hoping to do is a little bit more in depth than that circuit. It's going to be different next year compared to what we've just had, because obviously we don't want to just copy paste it. There'll be a bit more involvement to it.
Yeah, a bit more involvement, a different route. So I'm sort of working closely with Ollie from Tropic Thunder and sort of getting a rough idea as to how many targets, how long it'll take, and all this kind of stuff. So it will be different, but it will be the same thing in effect. Yeah, there'll be a shooting competition with some really cool prizes.
Yeah. Now, that's all going to be located in New Village.
Yes.
Now, the next thing, straight after the shooting comp, is something we've sort of affectionately donned, the Thunderdome. So, New Village, if you've not already been to Optac, it's 2-storey buildings.
Yes.
The wooden structure, but 2-storey buildings. Ideal to use as a bleacher. When I say bleacher, it's like a bit of a viewing platform. So we're going to set up a bit of a kill house in the middle of the new village. How to describe it? It's a bit like a...
So the way that I'm envisaging it, and the way that I've sort of got it down on paper is, if you've ever played
Is it Gulag?
Warzone,
Gulag.
yeah. So
Like that.
it'll be like the Gulag. So you basically will have an arena. You'll have randomly picked teams of 4 on each side.
Mm-hmm.
So red team and a blue team. Those were randomly generated. So if you come with a friend, you might not necessarily be paired with your friend.
Yeah. Now let me preface this. This isn't an original idea, but from me, I'll give credit where credit's due. The lads at Shitsoft from Discord. I just don't like saying the name on the podcast because it's a bit rude. But yeah, the Shitsoft lads invited us out to an event. It was last year, the year before. Can you remember when it was? Ben?
Last year.
Yeah, and basically they went to a paintball site that was trying to set up to do airsoft. It was in a valley, only a small valley. It was like a village through this valley. And what the lads did was they said, right, random teams of 3, or 1, 2, 3. I think it was 2 or 3, and they went, right, get to know each other. You're going to be team 1, team 2, team 3. They did a bit of a league table. And I thought, you know what, that's one of the most fun little things I've done in airsoft in ages.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just, you sort of with random people you don't know, but you get to know them, and it forces that sort of social element a little bit. And with something like Clash, you need that social element, because we've got a bit of a beer stand and not a beer garden, but there's an area undercover. A beer car park. Probably not the best way to describe it, But yeah, and if we can get more people talking, more mixing together, more networking will be done by proxy. It's nothing but good. So what we've sort of said we're going to do is get a load of raffle tickets, something like that. Get 4 or 5 packs of them. So there's, depending on numbers who turn up, basically for the weekend, we'll get the marshals to go out with 5 number 1s, 5 number 2s, etc. And they'll just dish them out randomly. And they'll say, right, team 1, team 2, team 3, get them in a row, get to know your teammates, and then we begin the Thunderdome, which will all take place straight after the shooting comp in New Village. Now, if you really don't want to take part, that's fine. What I'm going to suggest you do is you go grab a beer, keep your glasses on, go grab a beer. You can't play after a beer, but I will say, if you don't want to take part in that, go grab a beer, get in the bleachers and cheer them on. It's going to be something quite special, because especially, I'm not big into football. As a matter of fact, I'm really not into football. But I've been to a football game before, and that sort of environment of people cheering on teams, duking it out against each other, having a bit of fun, it will just increase that level of fun for everyone.
Exactly, because everybody in the bleachers will probably know somebody who's taking part.
Exactly, that's the nice thing about that mixed team element, isn't it?
So you'll have, again, so going back to what I was saying before, the new village will be set up a bit like an arena, so it'll be walled off. The gameplay will take part within the walled off area and the downstairs of the buildings, so no fighting upstairs, just downstairs. And the top decks of all the buildings will be like your bleachers, so you have to see down, very much like the Gulag from Modern Warfare and Warzone. See what's going on, cheer your friends on, and again we'll have some cool prizes for the end of that as well.
Yeah, we'll try and organise some cool stuff.
And just to add to that, like I said, sort of leaning into that sort of sports and football side of things, or whatever you want to call it, there will be like a league structure or a knockout sort of league structure. So
yeah, I'm going to leave the
structure
inside of it to you, because I don't understand it.
Yeah, I've got that covered.
I don't do sports ball very well.
Sports ball, you done a football?
Yeah, but I think, like we said, it's going to give Clash, this event, something different. It's going to give it a different vibe for the weekend. We want it to be fun, is the key word. You don't have to necessarily play solid full weekend of airsoft to have fun. More often than not, when there is a solid weekend of airsoft at any site I've been to, people end up getting aggy by the second day because they're tired. So if we can make sure people have fun and wrap it into airsoft but make it its own thing, that will give it its own unique flavour, give people a reason to want to come back to the next event, etc. Now, if you guys think that's a good idea, by all means put it in the comments below what you'd like to see, whether if you've got any suggestions, by all means we'll do the due diligence and read the comments.
100%, yeah.
But this is something we've put some thought into, and I think it should work rather well.
Definitely, yeah.
Now, what comes after the Thunderdome?
So after the Thunderdome, we're going to have a bit of a break, and then we will be going into a night game later on in the evening. So again, as Courtney said, though, if you've had a drink, no more S after that. That's,
Yeah,
goes without saying.
not everyone's got nods. I mean, you can rent nods.
You can rent night vision, but then you don't need night vision to play a night game.
No, just get a good old torch.
Just get a good old torch, and you'll be fine. It'll be summer anyway, so we're looking at sort of light evenings.
Mm-hmm.
So the night game, just probably another sort of 40 minutes to an hour of just good night gaming, really.
I mean, the night game at Clash was hilarious.
Oh yeah, it was funny. Yeah.
Hashtag never forget knife kill. Let's just reiterate what happened on the night game.
Why don't you tell the story?
Well, I wasn't there. I feel like it's only right that it comes from you, friend.
All right, okay. So on the night game, think I'm being all tactical, all cool, sneaking around, run up to this building where I know they all are. So I start running through the windows, clack, 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 getting people. So, this is cool as fuck. I feel like an absolute, like a ninja. Run around the corner, I can see all the dead people. Yeah, you're dead, out the way, out the way, out the way. Moving through, get to this corner, and just feel this sort of knifing motion to my ribs. And I look down and see
Jordan,
ASG Jordan.
Yeah, formerly ASG, Big Jordan, yeah.
Big Jordan on the floor, in the corner, just going, knife kill, knife kill, knife kill. And
You've still not lived it down.
No, the night vision nearly ended up in the woods somewhere.
So yeah, you can get some really. I didn't take part in the night game, but I think I might.
I wish I had not.
But I think I'm gonna have to borrow a pair of nods and get stuck in.
Yeah, it was very fun. I mean, we only had maybe 20 people tops for the night game, but you don't need 100 people for a night game. You want a small, intense, half an hour.
I'd love to see a big night game at Optac. That would be hilarious. Like 100 odd people.
Jesus Christ.
Tracers everywhere.
Yeah, well, there was this one bit in the night game where we thought we'd cleared the village out, and we just sort of all coming back to where, starting positions. John Bearded BB was marshalling. We thought we'd finished off, and then we just heard someone shout back from the building, it's not clear yet. And then I just saw Jack just 180 on the spot lift up this HPA 249 and just this stream of green, just laser beams out the end of it. Cam runs up and throws a GR60 into the building. And I don't know if you've ever used GR60, but they sort of fizz first, then they pop. Mm-hmm. So I threw it in, it fizzed and didn't go pop. So the guy went, no kill. And then it just went, and the sides of the tent just seemed to bow out. And he was like, hey.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to all these little events. Like I said, I'll chuck some video. I've chucked some video footage up of the shooting comp. Now, when I spoke to people who've been on the shooting comp, it was so different that I don't think many people seem to do that sort of stuff. I've not seen many events doing it, and when they do, there's never a really good prize at the end.
No, that's it. I think, and that's what sets sort of the Thunder games apart from. Excuse me, sets Thunder games apart from anywhere else. Is that there's a chance to win a really cool
thing.
Yeah. What or
not just
a very useful
pistol
thing.
Or some crappy high capper or whatever.
A free game day. I mean, don't get me wrong, yes, we are giving away a free game day, but. Yeah. There are some really cool prizes in there.
Yeah, it's something memorable. That's this is the whole thing of we want the weekend to be as fun as possible, have as many laughs as possible, meet new people, and when you win something, it's something particularly cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it just ingrains that thing into people of this event is going to be an ongoing one we're going to go to every year, and it's guaranteed to be good. And we're trying to improve it every time. So
100%.
Hopefully this formula works. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to go down an absolute treat.
Yeah, so do I. And just touching back on the prizes, competitions, there needs to be an element of something, a bit of skin in the game, something to win, something to lose.
Yeah, it makes people fight harder for it.
It does, yeah. And the amount of effort people put in the shooting competition was just unbelievable.
Oh God, yeah.
It was just like crackhead energy.
I will let me preface this now.
Yeah.
Because we're running the same building for the shooting comp, I think.
Thereabouts.
It might subject to change. Do not jump from the top of the stairs to the bottom of the stairs to gain a second, because they did. Don't do that. That's how someone's going to break an ankle.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. I mean, well, it's an £800. I still wouldn't break my ankle for an £800 gun. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just remember, like, I was doing the timings, and who was it? I can't remember the guy's name.
Matt won, and then
I remember Matt
Dan
taking
from
off.
Tropic was a close.
Yeah, I remember Matt taking off and being like, right, okay, stopwatch. We sorry, not stopwatch, but we use it. We use attack sense targets on the first and the last target, so that should bracket your time then.
Mm-hmm.
So the first target goes off, timer starts. Okay, and chatting, whatever it's gonna be, whatever it is, chatting away, and then literally I just see him sprint past me. I'm like, what? And I look down, and it was just teleported through the course. It was crazy.
If I can find the footage, I'll chuck it up. But his one was just insanely fast. He pirouetted. Have you watched the footage?
I have, yes. It's been a while since I've watched it.
It's the only way I can describe it. He turns round. So instead of just like you'd think, just turn right round a right corner, he sort of spins round it because it was more efficient.
And then jumps down the stairs.
Like you said, crackhead energy is probably the best way to describe it.
And then you've got Cam doing it topless, just pinballing off every single wall because it's quicker than stopping.
Yeah, I mean, one of the lads from the Shits Off group, he ran a Lee Enfield Balti.
Yes.
Just for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that was cool.
It was very cool.
We still can't decide whether we're going to do, for the sake of fairness, one rifle that we provide, or you run your own. Because what we've sort of debated about is, if someone's got a very high performing rifle, will that give them the advantage, or do we level the playing field?
I'm sort of erring to the side of we have one rifle and maybe a backup to go with it. That everyone will use. Everyone will get that rifle. Everyone will get a mag of BBs, and that's it. You're all on a level playing field. And back into that sort of competition aspect of it, just to make it a fair, even playing field for everybody.
Question is, obviously, I'm not going to win anything if I take part, but are we going to have a go?
100%, yeah.
It'd be a shame not to make a tit of ourselves.
Yeah.
Like,
I had a go.
Bottom of the leaderboards, kind of stuff.
That was another thing as well. After Joe Public had gone back and gone back to the car park, the sort of Tropic guys, we spent about another half an hour, 40 minutes just running it.
It was so
just
much
constantly trying to...
Again, massive props to the lads at Tropic. You did such a great job first year. That second year, it's like it's just a no-brainer.
Yeah,
to have that.
Yeah. And then just touching back to the Thunder games as well. I mean, the Thunderdome. That's just going to be completely different gravy. Yeah.
So just to clarify, some of the lads from Tropic are going to be running the shooting comp. So again, thank you to them in advance. Really good of you to get stuck in like that. But we've called it the Thunder Games because, for me, because they started off with the shooting comp and sort of the idea has been generated from that, it's just a bit of a nod to them. It's just a cool thing that started happening. Obviously, us guys, the marshals, whatever, will be running the Thunderdome and whatnot, so all the Tropic lads can take part. And even some of the marshals may as well get stuck in if they don't need to be flocks of marshals everywhere.
No, yeah. Jackson's already said he's going to be sort of like
oh god,
the ringmaster in the middle.
Jackson,
he just wants to wear
wants to dress like Mad Max as much as possible, so I'm fully expecting him to be in some sort of weird leathery steampunk outfit with a cane, shouting in Brummy at the top of his voice, something unintelligible.
Yeah. Get down the BSA. Something.
But the plan is with that, we're going to have 2 vehicles each side, or some sort of a platform each side of that competition arena, for a marshal to stand each side, so they've got nice clear views. So it's marshalled as well as can be.
Yeah, I know I've already spoken to Jackson about this. I think me and Jackson will sort of erect a tower in the middle and just watch tower from the middle. One take one side, one take the other. We'll have marshals or somebody who can view and call hits if needs be in each one of the buildings, along with the punters. Or fans would be a better word. Sports fans.
I'm going to say punters.
With the punters, and then, like I said, probably another marshal either side. So it will be, again, as competition-like as possible. There's no, sort of speedball-y kind of...
Yeah, it's something I've not really wanted to get too involved with. I've never been one for Speedsoft. Yeah, it's gonna. The bit that concerned me was, and the reason I've not really bridged the topic particularly, is because it's going to be compared to a Speedsoft tournament, and that's not the vibe we're going for.
No, but it's the closest sort of
Comparison.
Arguably.
It's an arena.
Yeah,
it's
an arena of death.
Yeah, but that's what they're going to be closest compared to now.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you want to turn up in full fucking spandex and a die-4, fill your boots, but it's not my cup of tea.
No, we're not saying that you need to run a, HPA capped high capper. There were people there with LMGs. Do you know? It's
that's the point. Are we going to let people run auto? Or is it going to be semi-only? Being that it's going to be close quarters.
I think same rules apply. So probably no DMRs.
Obviously,
yeah. Otherwise, you'll probably get one shot off. No DMRs
or bolties.
Same rules apply for the normal sort of like battle sim kind of rules. In it's semi-auto only on rifles. But if you want to rock an MG,
do you think that'll produce an unfair advantage? Well, I'll tell you what. Put it in the comments below. If you guys wouldn't mind an LMG going in a arena game, we'll consider it. For me, personally, for the sake of fairness and so people don't get aggy, I'd semi-lock it.
Okay.
But to be decided. Let the people have their vote. We'll see what they say. We'll probably get 2 comments, but it's, I'd be interested to know.
Democracy manifest.
This is democracy. The succulent Chinese game. But no, it's going back to the whole thing of we're trying to give it a bit of a sport vibe, where I've heard many people try and compare airsoft to a sport, and it's not technically a sport because it's not a competition. We are dangerously edging closer and closer to Clash becoming becoming almost a bit of not a sport event, but there's competitions with prizes.
Yeah. And it's got like that element of, I don't know, thrill to it maybe.
It's just something different. Yeah. Like I've said before, it's not, you're not just going for an airsoft game, you're going for fun. That sort of fun fair-esque. Probably not the best descriptive term, but there's beer, there's fun things to do in the afternoon, such as like events.
Clown Jackson, what I mean?
The gimpy clown. There'll be all the stalls down the safe zone. You can go and have a look around. It's going to be a different flavour of event.
It is. Yeah.
Now, obviously, we've got the night game afterwards, and we're having the hard lunch break on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Hard lunch break so people can get around all the trade stands as well.
Yeah, because we want as much foot traffic to the trade stands as possible. Got to support them. They're going to be small companies, big companies, but regardless, hard times, help the companies where you can. If we don't help the companies, they'll fade away. It's just the nature of the beast. So we've got a themed game on Sunday.
Do you want to go into the theme?
Yeah, so the theme is going to basically be African Bush War, for lack of a better term, but we're going to put our own spin on it. We're not trying to emulate any particular thing. There's going to be a few nods, and if you want to dress up and play along, we'll encourage it. But there's no hard dress code. There's no mid-cap rule or anything like that. If you want to bring a high cap box mag on a ARP9, fill your pants, do as you please. But
I will be upset, but I mean...
Yeah, it's just... You'll just have to suffer in silence.
Yeah. But, I do anyway.
So it's going to be set in Opswana, and it's going to be the Rhodesians versus the OPLA, which is the Opswanan People's Liberation Army. I nearly fucked that up.
Yeah, because you've made a note.
Yes, I've been making notes because I'm just, But anyway, so it's the OPLA versus the Rhodesians. There's going to be cobalt mines, there's going to be diamond mines for them blood diamonds. We're going to make it a bit of fun and just take some movie themes, try and stitch them in. Just make it a fun battle sim light sort of vibe.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long running game, we've decided, for the Sunday.
Yeah, I think 6 hours start to finish.
Yeah.
It ends at a reasonable time on a Sunday. No breaks. So start at 10 o'clock, finish at 4. And then everyone gets packed down and gets off.
Yeah. Now, what we'll plan on doing is doing a deep dive into the Sunday's gameplay. Obviously, the Saturday morning game, which is what we're not calling it the pushback game, but it's going to be that style. You'll be introduced and put into those teams, so either the OPLA or the Rhodesians. Saturday morning. So both teams will have armbands, even if you do some. You don't. There's no dress code, like I said. But if you want to get in the full like roadie kit, or if you're the OPLA, you might want to go in like a football shirt, something like that.
Tribal kit.
Yeah, whatever you fancy. If you want to go in a full loincloth, then fill your boots. But it's not for me. It's just there will be armbands. So I think we said it's not going to be green and blue. I think we said red and blue. Next
Yeah,
year.
red and blue. I think green's a little bit too.
Yeah, I think it caused some problems at the last event.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things where if you want to lean into it, go for it. We're going to actively encourage it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to invest in that sort of kit and don't fancy it, then by all means, just come in your normal kit, stick an armband on, and enjoy the day. But like we said, there's going to be a bit of a themed battle sim skirmish. So
Yes.
we're going to try and make it as interesting and as fun as possible, but keep as low complications, not too many complicated things, because it wants to be a fun day without too much thought.
Yeah, same sort of deal as last time. There'll be a WhatsApp chat live throughout the day where objectives and missions will be stuck in there. There'll be enough variance of objectives throughout the day to keep people interested. Do you want to touch on how the goons, or lack thereof, goon squad?
Yeah, so we're not necessarily going to have the goon squad at the next event, only because I found that it worked really well, but I don't want to just keep doing the same thing every year, and it makes it, for me, it made it feel like Tropic were almost just working, and I want them to get stuck in, because those lads bring a high level of energy to a game where it can actually help a team. So we're going to just for lack of a better way to describe it, is probably chop Tropic down the middle. They can choose the teams, and if they want to get involved in the full kit and go for it and get people G'd up, all the better. And they'll just be, getting the teams pushed along, getting them racing about, doing all that sort of thing.
Yeah. We've really been jumping in play as well, aren't we?
Now, I take it you're going for the Brodesian team, aren't you?
Of course.
The shortest of shorts.
Shortest of shorts and the tightest of shirts.
And I'll go OPLO. Why not?
Why not?
So, like we said, we'll do another podcast on the Sunday's game. If you'd like to see something particular objective-wise in the Sunday game and you've got some suggestions, like I said, put it in the comments below. We're open to ideas. We've got a plan written down, but it's not finalised, so things are subject to change, and we will do a podcast probably after Christmas to describe the full Sunday's play. But like I said before, if you want to see anything change, you got some suggestions or any questions, just shoot them over to us, put them in the comments below, get a hold of us directly. Obviously you can go on Nemcast thing and find our socials. And that pretty much rounds off the weekend. Have we missed anything? We'll take a pause and we're back. So one thing I've just realised stupidly is we haven't actually covered how the business is going to work, how you're going to be able to book on, etc. The booking link is now live on Optac's website, so I'll put the link in the description below. You can follow that to there. The description for the event will be updated after this podcast, because obviously it's just basically a copy and paste of last year's repertoire. Would that be the right descriptive term?
Potentially. I don't really.
Just the basic gist is there, but it will be polished up and updated to what we've planned. But with the trade stands and what have you, if you'd like to book a trade stand, you can go book them on the Optac website. Yes. It's 40 quid. There is no size limit. So the first year we did it, there was a size limit to a 3x3 pitch. We've just scrapped the idea. I think it's better if we just have
We've got the space.
Yeah, if you want to book a pitch as a business, it's 40 quid. I don't care if you bring a 3 metre gazebo, 3x3 or a 10x4. You'll just have to let us know so we can allocate some space for you, because it's an enormous car park and we may as well get it filled. So if you guys have a pitch or you'd like to book a pitch, like I said, go in the description below as a business, get it booked. Now the second-hand sales, it's just free.
Yeah.
Just bring a tarp, set it up near the safe zone. Try not to go next to the trade stands. I feel it's a bit cheeky. Maybe by the beer area, something like that.
I think last year a lot of guys did it around the beer area. Yeah.
Just where there's going to be footfall. Just come set up, second-hand sales. Make sure you put a little sign with how much you want and whatnot. And make sure you're just there, present on the stand. Don't just leave them. And yeah, it's free to do. Now with the camping,
yes,
you can book camping. There's camping pods you can book as well, like luxury camping pods. They're really quite bougie actually.
Yeah,
you guys didn't you guys stay in one for one of the events recently?
A couple of guys did, yeah. I think they sleep about 4 people, a double bed and then some like little fold out beds. again, they're really nice. It beats sleeping in a tent.
Yeah, the glamping pods basically. So it's like they're warm, they're cosy, they're bougie.
Got some real cool LED lights in there.
Mood lighting for the boys.
Yeah.
We all know. Yes. Cue some weird 80s sex music. But,
All it's missing is a shag carpet.
so you can book them if you want to. There is limited availability, so if you really want one, I suggest you go and book sooner rather than later. And the camping again is free to do, so long as you booked on for the weekend. Go set up your tent in the designated camping area.
Yes.
Now you can't put a car on the camping area, i.e. the grass. If you're camping out the back of your car, just park near the camping area, take your tent over, go set it up.
There'll be parking attendants on that anyway, so
Yeah.
if you want to unload, there'll be an area where you can pull in, unload your kit, then go and park your car, then go and set your stuff up.
Yeah.
Don't leave in your car an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, while you're setting your tent up, because you're just clogging up the sort of pulling area, in effect.
Yeah. But like we said, the car park attendees will make sure there's a good flow of people. There is proper toilets on site, nearly forgot to mention it. Proper toilets and shower blocks. So we rent the wedding venue that's attached to Optac, which is Huntley Wood. I think it is. It's down as Huntley Wood, the website.
Wood.
So there's a proper staff building, which we use just for the staff so they can get a good night's sleep. We've got good, fresh staff. Basically, the staff can get a good night's sleep. But the proper, decent quality toilets, heated rooms, there's showers, ladies and men's.
Yeah, I can't stress enough how nice it is to go, especially after like a long day, and even if it's the height of summer, if it's raining and whatever, miserable. It's nothing better than going into the heated toilet and just sitting on an actual porcelain lav,
a king's throne.
Yeah, a king's throne, and just being it's warm.
Clean, it's well kept, it's bougie.
Yeah,
there's no other way to describe it.
No spiders sat in the corner staring at you trying to.
You're not in some god awful porter shitter in the middle of a festival.
That stinks. Yeah,
stinks.
It's got piss all over it.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. That's the silver lining. It's expensive for us to do, but I think it's worth it personally. Is there anything else? So we've done the toilets, we've done the business thing, done the free camping thing.
I think that's everything.
Fires.
I mean, we'll stress it on the day, but no fires on the grass. Fires have to be on hard standing.
Yeah. There'll be fire pits anyway. So if you guys want to go crowd around a fire and have a beer, in the beer tent area, because Rob's actually got a gazebo that he uses for NAF. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not a gazebo, it's a marquee. Yeah. We're going to be putting loads of the pub benches under there, so if it is drizzling or whatever it might be, you can go and have a sit down and a pint in a dry area. But there will be fire pits going. Yeah. If you want to cook your own food and have your own little fire pit in your area, again, happy to do so, but please put it on the hard stand. Yeah. If you're not sure, come find a marshal. There'll be marshals walking around plenty. Just ask, is that all right? And we'll just either say yes or no, and we'll help get it set up for you. I know last year, me and Cam had to do a bit of a... Me and Cam and Jackson and Greg, I think, actually had to do a bit of a loop, and we found quite a few fires on the grass, which wasn't ideal. And to tell someone who's just about to start cooking their eggs that they have to move the fire was felt a bit evil. It's always an awkward one. Yeah. So like I said before, make sure your fires are up off the ground, like you mentioned. Mm-hmm. Safe. If you're not sure, check with the marshal. We've got blocks knocking around, like concrete blocks. We'll bring over, pop down for you, so you can set up on that. But you've got to remember, this area we've rented, the grass camping area and whatnot, it's a wedding venue. It's supposed to be kept pristine, nice, clean, tidy. So please don't leave litter. If you've not brought a bin bag, you forgot one, whatever the situation might be, we will have bin bags. Mm-hmm. Just ask a marshal. Because we had to do quite a bit of litter picking as well. Yeah. It's not a complaint, I'm just saying, just be aware. And it helps us, because obviously the marshals and everyone who's organising it, we're knackered at the end of it. Yeah. The last thing we want to do is walk around a field like zombies trying to pick up tent pegs because you couldn't be asked to put them back in your bag. Mm-hmm. But apart from that, I think that's pretty much everything covered. Yeah, that's everything. Now, to finish, what are you looking forward to the most? Because obviously we're going to be taking part. We've sort of got the organisation pretty well down now. For me, it's a cross between putting on my thickest Rhodesian accent and running around, talking about this Denny and all this sort of stuff, or probably just the Thunderdome. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing people take part in the shooting comp,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
because there's nothing more satisfying to me than handing someone a rifle they've won,
Mhm.
and they're just ecstatic that they've won a bougie thing
Mhm.
and they've taken part in a competition that was part of it.
Yeah.
But I am very excited for Thunderdome.
Yeah. Big
It's
time.
just, I think, because I'm probably not going to take part in it, I'll probably get on the beer, have
Yeah.
a few beers. But
Alcoholic.
it's just, I'm just looking forward to that vibe. It's going to be on point, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Get some music playing, some loudspeakers, all that sort of stuff. It's gonna be good.
Yes. So, that being that,
That's that, I think.
we'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers, chaps. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Tatty bye.